Have you ever wondered what exactly is love? What is it that makes you feel this way about somebody? Well, there's a lot more to love than just a feeling. There's actually a lot of psychological science behind it too. Here are 10 interesting psychological back facts on love and how it works in the brain. Number 1, love can be learned. Did you know that you could learn to love somebody? According to Helen Fisher, an anthropologist at Rutgers University, love can actually be taught. In her research, she found that love can be learned by forming associations. These associations can be formed by repetition, and they work in much the same way as classical conditioning. For example, if you were to spend time with someone on a regular basis, you may start to associate them with positive emotions and feelings, which can eventually lead to love. This is why it's common for people who spend a lot of time together to fall in love. It also explains why repeated exposure to a potential partner may increase feelings of romantic love. Number 2, your feelings can influence your attraction. Have you ever heard of the misattribution of arousal? This is a cognitive bias that causes you to misattribute the source of your feelings of arousal. For example, if you were on a date and your heart started racing, you might mistake that feeling of arousal as attraction to your date, rather than, say, from drinking too much coffee. This can lead to feelings of love or attraction to someone simply because you're around them and experiencing physical symptoms. In other words, your feelings can actually influence your attraction to someone else. So next time you're on a date, make sure to pay attention to how you're feeling. If you're feeling nervous or excited, it might not be because of them. No. 3, attraction is not enough. Physical attraction is important in a relationship, but it's not the only thing that matters. Research has shown that there are 3 main components to love: passion, intimacy, and commitment. Passion is the intense, overwhelming feeling of romantic love. Intimacy is the closeness and connection you feel with someone. And commitment is the decision to stay in the relationship. All 3 of these components are important for a healthy and lasting relationship. And physical attraction alone cannot substitute for the other 2. So, if you're attracted to someone but don't feel a strong connection with them, it might be best to move on. There are plenty of other fish in the sea. Number 4, you can't smile and breathe at the same time. Did you know that you can't smile and breathe at the same time? It's true. Try it. If you try to smile and breathe at the same time, you'll end up suffocating. Why is this important? Well, when you're attracted to someone, your body releases a chemical called dopamine. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that plays a role in reward and pleasure. When you're around the person you love, your body releases dopamine in anticipation of them smiling at you. But if they're not smiling, then your body doesn't release as much dopamine. And so the cycle continues. This is one of the reasons why people who are in love are always smiling. They want their brains to produce more of that sweet, sweet dopamine. No. 5, the brain reacts physically to love. When you experience love, your brain goes through a series of physical changes. For example, your heart rate increases, your breathing becomes more rapid, and your palms become sweaty. These physical reactions are caused by the release of hormones such as adrenaline and cortisol. These hormones prepare your body for action, such as running away from a bear. However, when you're in love, these hormones are released in anticipation of seeing your crush. This is why you might get butterflies in your stomach or feel sick to your stomach when you're around them. Number 6, attachment styles influence love. Did you know that your attachment style can influence how you experience love? Your attachment style is developed in childhood and is based on your relationship with your parents or caregivers. If you have a secure attachment style, you're more likely to feel loved and supported in your relationships. However, if you have an insecure attachment style, you may struggle with feelings of abandonment, rejection, and jealousy. These struggles can make it difficult for you to feel loved and connected to others. In fact, some psychologists believe that having an insecure attachment style is one of the main reasons for relationship dysfunction. So, if you're struggling to feel loved in your relationships, it might be helpful to talk to a therapist about your attachment style. 7, love is associated with altruism. When you're in love, you may find yourself doing things for the other person without expecting anything in return. This is called altruism, and it's a common trait among people who are in love. In fact, research has shown that altruism is one of the main ways that people express their love. So if you find yourself doing more for the person you love than you normally would, it could be a sign that you're in love with them. Just be careful not to overdo it. Don't put your own needs aside for the sake of someone else. That's not healthy either. No. 8. Familiarity breeds love. Do you know anyone who fits this description? You've seen them around, but you don't know their name. You've never spoken to them before, but for some reason, you're inexplicably drawn to them. This phenomenon is called the familiarity principle, and it's one of the main reasons why people fall in love with people they know. In fact, research has shown that the more familiar you are with someone, the more likely you are to fall in love with them. That's why it's so important to get to know people before you jump into a relationship with them. You never know, you might just fall in love. No. 9. Love is associated with increased energy levels. When you're in love, you may notice that your energy levels are through the roof. You're always up for an adventure, and you never seem to get tired. This is because when you're in love, your brain releases a hormone called oxytocin. Oxytocin is often referred to as the love hormone, and it's responsible for many of the positive feelings associated with love. In addition, oxytocin also gives you a boost of energy, which is why you may feel like you're on top of the world when you're in love. However, this boost of energy can come crashing down when you get rejected by the person you love. In fact, studies have shown that rejection can lead to a decrease in oxytocin levels, which can result in fatigue and low energy levels. Number 10. Love is not always what it seems. Sometimes love can be disguised as something else. For example, in the early stages of a relationship, you may mistake lust for love. Or perhaps you're in a long-term relationship and the passion has died down, but you feel like you should be in love. In these cases, it's important to take a step back and ask yourself if you're really in love or if it's something else. If you're not sure, it might be helpful to talk to a therapist or counselor. They can help you sort through your feelings and determine if you're truly in love. So, what did you think of these psychological facts about love? Did we miss any? Let us know in the comments below if you found this video interesting. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss out on future videos. And do not forget to hit the notification bell icon to receive a notification whenever a new video is posted. Thanks for watching and see you next time.